What's up, everybody? Tito Rod, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you and Dr. Rhoda this week. Ooh, yeah. It's going to be another great week. We got week 10 NFL here. We have all the articles hitting the website. There's so many articles hitting because the NBA, NHL, of course, fantasy football, both seasonal, DFS. It's just been a wild ride. But man, some people need an upper, and the best way to get an upper is get the Dr. Roto right now. Use code word DOC40 and you get a percentage, 40% off of your subscription. How can you not want to be our witch friend when we have all these great green screens going out? We've had a big hit this last weekend. I hit a couple weeks ago. Danger hit the week prior to that. We've been winning and cashing the whole time and then getting those bigger wins. And the betting has been great. So you got to get there and check out all the podcasts because the podcasts are free. Get on our YouTube and watch us live. Doc, Swami, and Willie will be live tomorrow. I mean, that's Friday. So get your Friday night lights. Last night, Danger and Trevor joined Doc on the first look at the DFS slate. So again, that's another podcast that you can watch either video wise or audio wise. But let's get to it, man. Kansas City wins 30-24 over the Bucks. Man, was D-Hop on fire. It was good to see him finally come back and play for a team and actually do well. But that's what happens when you have a good quarterback. And unfortunately, he hasn't had a good quarterback for a little while. Actually, probably most of his career, because I'll just say earlier in his career, it was all D-Hop and definitely not that other guy. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. So, I mean, he looked good. He's got the 2 touchdowns, did really well for betting wise. You know, the betting article for Monday was great for me and Lou and everybody else that did. I mean, today, Lou and Ray threw in along with me. So I'm like, that's what I'm saying about Dr. Roto. We're giving you article after article. If you don't like my bets, go to Lou's, take his bets. Go to Ray's, take his bets. Go to each one, grab a little here, grab a little there. It's like a buffet. That's what we do. But this is an office. And when the office is open, we always have the right prescription to cure your fantasy needs. Yeah. All right, man. But look at this. One thing I got to take about this from this game is Baker don't care. Baker don't give a shit. Okay. Baker is out there just balling. I don't even think he had a healthy receiver. I mean, Sterling Shepard, they had him questionable for the last 2 weeks. He's questionable again. Hell of a play. You'll have to check out the Ultra Contrarian show that comes up after this. Yeah. Woo. And then, he's out there doing it with Sterling Shepard and Palmer. And he's milking Cade Otton right now, Bucky Irving. And I mean, Bucky is just getting whooped in his first year, but he's doing good. And then, of course, Rashad White's back in the mix. So just between those players right there, they really were able to keep up with the Chiefs. They actually scared the Chiefs at one point. People need to understand if the Bucks would have been fully healthy, they could have won this game, but they didn't, and that's okay because Baker looks strong. Baker looks confident. He has confidence like he's never had before because he has an organization behind him that actually believes in him, regardless if anybody else believes in him or not. He believes in himself, and we haven't seen that since one of his stupid car insurance commercials. Had to bring that up, buddy, because you've been a little bit out there. But man, I mean, it just led to great plays for him and another good week. But man, this is week 10. I would have reviewed the Monday Night Football game on Tuesday, but I wanted to do my elected players, Hall of Fame players for the halfway through the season for fantasy and DFS. The guys, I mean, not Hall of Fame, but the superstars, the guys who've been really getting it done this season, whether it been on either, like I said, DFS or seasonal. Most teams that are winning seasonal, teams with 1 losses, no losses, 2 losses, had one of those players. You'll have to go back and check out the hard hits review week 10. Now, let's get to it. I know that a lot of people ask you, why do you need a DFS service and things like that? I've answered that question. But look, this is why. Because we help you through times like this weekend, something that affected my lineups last weekend. Okay. So when my ultra contrarian lineup, I haven't had a lot of big injuries really happen. I've had a couple, but I had a bad, this sucked. I mean, first of all, I got Puka going into the game questionable. Nobody knows if he's going to play. And then he throws a punch and gets ejected. So there he goes. Good old 1 catch for 18 yards. Thanks, Puka. I'm trying to win my people out here some money, my pain bringers some money, and you're out here punching people, getting ejected. So what was kind of weird is before that game started, I was a little worried. So I went over to the Ultra Contrarian lineup on my FanDuel and I switched out Puka for Cooper Kupp. That worked out great for me. I left Puka in. So unfortunately, my DK lineup did lose this week. So that's going to put me at 10-1 on FanDuel. And then on DraftKings, that's going to be 8-3. Yeah, 8-3. Because I had 3 bad weeks with DraftKings, but that's okay. And this isn't a week to week thing. There was a couple of weeks ago that I gave out 4 lineups. So that's why I'm kind of up. I'm up on the weeks here. If you're wondering, I mean, you should have played that week. You should have played the week 2 weeks ago. That was really awesome. Nobody was throwing punches on those lineups. But look, and then we had Chris Olave just completely done. He had a catch for 11 yards, I think it was. And he's hurt, concussed. Here he goes again. I can't do this. Everybody's just kind of done with him now. I've seen him drop. And that's sad because he is a good player, but you got to stay on the field. We can't take 2 points or not even 2 points really in either DFS, seasonal, dynasty. We can't rely on you. Then we don't need you on our team. I'd rather start somebody like Robert Woods who outperformed you as well. Trees. Yeah. So, and then we got Drake London. Okay, first of all, Drake London gets hit in the hip, gets hurt, and goes out the game. But prior on his touchdown catch, which thank you, Drake, you did perform. You got more points than the other 2 guys combined. But you got hurt, and you're doing the stupid headstand touchdown, which, why are you doing that? You can hurt your neck, bro. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown did it. And I'm like, okay, cool. But guess what? He finished his game. You didn't. So don't do things like that and then think you're just going to be okay. Oh, my hip hurts. Well, did your hip hurt when you fell, when you was hanging up upside down on your head? You know what I'm saying? When I recommend you on the Ultra Contrarian lineup, I don't need any of that crap, bro. And then this is the Bring the Pain episode. So if you really want to hear my thoughts on that, that's how I feel. Stop doing stupid stuff. Maybe you should get one of those Guardian hats, put it on, and stand upside down, and then do it on that. And maybe a Guardian hip protector too, because you hurt your hip. Dummy. Yeah. That's a wrestling comment, by the way. Chris Olave, sorry, man. I hope you get your head right. And as for Puka, I'm going to tell you right now, Puka go off this week. We got Miami in LA. And I know Miami can score on us, man. They can really do it. Right now, the Rams defensive line is killing it, man. So I am all jacked up on that game. It's going to be fun. Plus, I get to do the betting article that day. You see the shirt that I'm wearing? It's horns up. LA Rams all day. Rams Nation. Whose house? Rams house? Yeah. So I know why y'all here. I'm going to give you two, because somebody owes you something because he recommended somebody that came through, right? And then got hurt after scoring his touchdown.
Hey, Bo, what you talking about? That's not my fault, Drake. London ain't no athlete like the Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah, he ain't the superstar, the cream of the crop. Slice the top. Yeah. And I'm telling you something. My Macho picks of the week are gonna go. Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa, Macho, you really went out on that one. But he's right. So it's going to be, one of them is going to be Josh Allen. I'm not scared. Go to FanDuel. 3 touchdowns plus 320 right now. Get that. Dude, he ain't even going to care. He isn't even going to care about the Colts, man. He's literally going to go in there and he's going to wax them. And I mean, his 2 touchdown prop was 122, negative 122. But to go from a negative 122 up to a positive 320, I know they think they're going to run it in. And I know Josh likes to run it in. Sometimes Josh Allen likes to throw a lot of touchdowns. And this Colts secondary will give up those touchdowns. It's a great play. But our actual Macho pick of the week, so you're getting a Macho pick in the game, is Jonathan Taylor. Ain't nobody going to be saying anything about Jonathan Taylor. I'm going to say this with my chest right now. That man is going to go wild and out, and he's only 7,500 on DraftKings. That's great for me and you. I mean, he's 86 on On FanDuel, that's a little more up there. That's near like the whole running back little bunch thing they got going on. But man, I'm telling you right now, Jonathan Taylor, if you go over to DK, they got 100 rushing receiving yards together. That's a negative 135. If you go up to Russian receiving, Russian receiving 125, you can get a plus 170. Not the best of odds. However, right now, FanDuel is only giving out Jonathan Taylor's rushing yards. So if you get the 70, it's a negative 200 right now. But that's not bad. That's not bad. 70, that's a lot less than DK. So I would take that because, he doesn't get a lot of that rushing receiving. And sometimes I like to play that alt line a little better because then it'll only be like 10 off. And then this is where you really have to look at the odds. If you're going to do 70 yards rushing and like say get 200, but then you can do 80 yards rushing and receiving, and that is like a 102 or a 112. I mean, that's better odds. It's 10 more yards, and if he catches a pass and goes, it really doesn't matter. But what if he only gets 40 yards rushing? You lose that rushing bet, but he catches a 40-yard pass. Then you hit your 80 yards. See what I'm saying? I mean, it's just a little bit of etiquette out there. I mean, all y'all should know this, right? If not, you can always get to Dr. Roto. We can help explain it to you in our Discord. Yeah. Woo. All right. That's going to be it for you. Oh, I also want to throw in, if you do 90 yards rushing on FanDuel, plus 135. Have a great day, everybody. And always remember to bring the pain. May the points be with you. Yeah.